the New York Knicks. We are the New
What up, you two? Welcome to the Knicks Cave. I'm Jan, the Knick fan, your host, and let's get right into it. But before we get into it, I want you to do me one small favor. I want you to hit that like button. I definitely want you to subscribe, leave a comment. You want to know when the next video going to drop? Hit the notification bell. Yes, sir. I know it's a little early, but it's never too early to dive into the draft. You know what I'm saying? Speculate, see who the New York Knicks going to walk away with. Like a lot of us know the last year draft did not go the way that a lot of us thought it would. We see players that's on other teams, Detroit, whatever the case may be. I'm not going to get into them, but we thought we could have had. But management made some smooth moves, moves that might pay off in this year's draft or even in this year's trade deadline. But I'm going off the aspect as the New York Knicks will keep their 2 first-round draft picks. That's right, you heard me. The Knicks have 2 first-round draft picks. Like I said, depending on what they do, what they don't do, coming this trade deadline. But I'm intrigued by a few players, to be honest with you, and I'm going to be doing 2 more draft videos independently, mock drafts with 2 other players. Each video is going to consist of 2 players. A couple of players are, in my opinion, their stock might go up, so they might be out of reach by the time the New York Knicks, because the way the New York Knicks is playing right now, we dropping down. We're going down further in the picking order. And that's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? It's a good thing for the team. And we might miss out on a couple of good players, but there have been players that teams have snatched up right now in the league in the second round that turn out to be very good players. But let's just jump right into the 2 players that I have in mind right now. I know y'all seen the thumbnail, so the first one y'all all should be aware of is going to be Kel'el Ware out of Oregon. He's a big man. What can I say about this kid? I know he had games where it seemed like he just totally disappeared, but then he had games where he seemed like he can be a very explosive big man. He's very mobile. You know what I'm saying? He's a very mobile big man. He can get up and down the court. He get blocks, but he have to work on like his free throw shooting and stuff like that. I mean, some would say he's a raw prospect, but he's beyond that in my opinion. And y'all let me know what y'all think about him as a prospect. I think this kid would be something special once he get into the league. I got some video. I'm gonna show some clip right now. I'm just putting up some of his pros and his cons. I'm gonna go over to his scouting report and what they had to say about him. But I like this kid. I know right now we have a couple of centers. A lot of us like Mitchell Robinson. We got Isaiah Hartenstein, Jericho Sims. But if you think about it, there's a lot of rumors about Obi Toppin being traded. And if so, Obi Toppin was to get traded, we might need a young guy to come in and replace him. A guy like where I know he will have some time to take some time to develop. He is a very, let's face it, skinny guy. But he get a nutritionist, saying right diet going. By the time the season start, he have a few pounds. But what I like about him that right now he's a potential stretch big. So I think by the time he was to get into the NBA, he'd be working on that shot. But the thing is, where you have to go ahead with the green light from the coach or whoever team he will be on. But I'm thinking the New York Knicks and playing with Tom Thibodeau. But as a defensive player, he has the potential to be a very good defensive player. So I know Tom Thibodeau would like him. I know a lot of y'all want Tom Thibodeau fired. But let's face it, he's going to be here next year, especially the way the Knicks is playing right now. We're playing some really good ball. If you check the New York Knicks stats, you wouldn't believe it. Even last week when we was on our little losing streak, the Knicks still was statistically playing good basketball. All right, let's get into, like I said, I got some video I want to show you of him. So while I move over to this video real quick of him. Let's go over to what the scouting report, the scouts had to say about this young man real quick. Like I said, they say he's a major finisher around the rim. Matter of fact, a lob threat. He's one of the best vertical spacers in his class right now. A fluid center that runs the floor well. The mobility is off the chain. Uh, like even though he has a thin frame, that sometimes he struggle against more physical bigs, and I know that would be a problem. But if you think about the way the NBA is, like next year, a lot of these centers right now, they young and they still frail and threat and thin themselves. So I don't think that's going to be a problem if him coming in the league next year, because these guys going to have to put on some weight. They may have a year ahead of him, but I think by the time he get into the NBA, you know what I'm saying, he get a nutritionist, you know what I'm saying, he'll be all right. He isn't necessarily the type of center, you would run an offense through, but like I said, he's at 7 foot and being very, very versatile as he is. He does all the little things that impacts winning the game. It's going to be interesting to see what he can do on the next level in the NBA. We've seen what he's doing in college. I know, like I said, he have a problem with, let's be honest, being more certain his offensive game. But that's why he's going to work himself out once the season get with a coach that will bring all that out of him. I mean, he's a decent player. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, even though he's not a great 3-point shooter, he has the potential to be that stretch big. And I think he will be. You know what I'm saying? He had the mechanics. You know what I'm saying? His shooting stroke is really good for a big man. He just have to improve his range overall. And like I said, if he get the green light, because he can hit that 12-footer sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I just think, or that 15-foot. I think once he get into the NBA and start practicing more and get the right coaching. I'm not saying there's something wrong with the coach, but right now he's not the star player on the team, so he's not getting the attention that he needs to help develop his skills. And like I say, he's still a freshman. We got to take that into mind, that he's still young and he's still learning the game. So him coming in right now, studying under Mitchell Robinson. One thing I say, like you've seen in his pros and his cons, he have to work on his fouls. So hopefully Mitchell Robinson can get them foul woes out by the time this young kid is drafted. But still, he can learn a lot from Mitchell Robinson on the defensive end. Isaiah Hartenstein, hustle. Jericho Sims, I know he's still a young guy, but I think he will be helping him. And I just see with him coming in with either one of them guys, either one of them bigs, with him being able to stretch the floor and the potential to stretch the floor, like I said, that it will open the court up and the defense, it would be much better. And Tibbs like these guys, you know what I'm saying? He kind of remind me of that big dude everybody talk about. I can't pronounce his name, so I'm just going to say Victor Monenbaum. I can't pronounce his name, but he's not as offensive as that kid, but I see the defense level. I see the mobility. He gets up and down the court, as you see on the video right here. The kid can get up and down the court. But now, I know all y'all want to see who's next. Y'all seen the question mark there, so y'all all speculating like who. And I'm going to let y'all know right now. And this might surprise a few of y'all, because he is drafted. He's predicted to go in the second round. And with that 22nd pick, our second pick in the first round, I think the Knicks should take a chance on Colby Jones. I mean, he's not that explosive or anything, or athletic, but his size and his length give him advantage over a lot of other guards. Hold on, let me get over here real quick. He's averaging 14 points. He's shooting 50% from the field, 44% from downtown, 78% from the free throw line. He's averaging 5.1 rebounds, 5.7 assists, 1.1 steals, 2 personal fouls, and 2 turnovers a game. He's played 15 games, and he's averaging 32 minutes a game. Last year, he shot 29% from downtown. So if you look at that, the leap, this is what I like about this kid, that he's willing to work. I mean, he's not the flashiest kid, but he puts himself in the right position to score, get easy baskets. I got a little couple of clips of him also, but for right now, let's just check out his pros and cons real quick. And like I said, what I like about this kid, if you look at his pros and cons, he damn near don't have any cons. I mean, everything pro is this good. I mean, his assist usage is 4 stars. His assist is 4 stars. His assist to turnover ratio is 4 stars. 3-point shooting is 2. He's still green, you know what I'm saying? His field goal percentage, as I say, he's shooting over 50%. His true point, his blocking, his offensive rebounds, the efficiency off the box is plus and minus. Free throws attempt, win, share, steals. The kid just like I said, this is the type of kid that New York Knicks need. Because if one of our point guards get hurt, he can step in for the point guard. He can step in for the shooting guard. He can step in for the wing. His defense is spectacular. Like I said, I have some video of him. Let's just get a couple of clips of the video of him real quick. Like I said, this kid, he's not that athletic, but he puts himself in the right position to score or just to play defense and be on the ball altogether. But I know a lot of you gonna say where would he fit in. Like I just explained to you, he can play 3 different positions, so fitting him in would not be a problem. It just be a matter of roster space. You know what I'm saying? Because this kid, he's gonna be a solid contributor, if not a star in this league. He remind me of Russell a little bit, but not as offensive, but more offensive, yes, but he more defensive, and to be honest, he's more smart. Like coming out of college, we all know how exciting Russell was, but this kid, and what I mean, like, I'm not what I mean, but what I want to explain to you, in my opinion, the more flashy you are, the more you have to live up to when you get in the NBA, so the more pressure you put on yourself. When you come out a solid, quiet, humble guy like this kid, you just excel because it's no pressure. You know what I'm saying? You play at a loose pace, and you confident. He's a very confident player. Playing with his brothers and his father, they got to the gym. They used to work out. He's the youngest, so in my opinion, I always say the youngest always turn out to be the best out of anything, because they always have to try to compete against the older brother. They always want to beat their dad. They always want to beat that person. So I think the Knicks should take a chance on this kid. But like I said, I got 2 more videos that I want to do with 4 other players. But this is one of the guys I wanted to get off first because I like this kid. So I just think the Knicks should take a chance. I got another point guard y'all all know. And, a lot of y'all might say the Knicks should go after him more. But I like this kid right here. And I think the Knicks should take a chance. And y'all tell me what y'all think in the comment section. And with that being said, I want everybody to stay safe, stay healthy. God bless, and peace.